What did I say after the win against West Ham? If we can back Glasner, hopefully this run will be consistent. What did I tell you? Welcome back to Palace Bad Mason. Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Yes, it's not a vlog, but I think it's for the better. Full time at Selhurst Park, Crystal Palace 1, Brentford 2. I'm going to be brutally honest, the majority of that game looked like the start of last season all over again. For the first 85 minutes, I would say, we genuinely did not look bothered. We had an Esse chance to hit the post, deflection from a free kick. It was a deflection. Brentford weren't great either, right? But they took their chances when they got them. Obviously, the Mbeumo penalty, there was a lot of, controversy when it came to the encroachment, and I don't know why. Like, unlike the bad refereeing decision we had at the start of the season against Brentford with the Esse free kick, this one was a lot more clearer and actually judged correctly, in my opinion. Obviously, Guéhi's kneecap is inside the box. All right, it's not like, his full leg, but still. And then that gives him the advantage to be able to clear the ball when Mbeumo's penalty hits the post. So it is encroachment, and he had the right to take retake the penalty, and he scored it. Much better penalty from Mbeumo to make it 1-0. The defending, though, from that goal from Kevin Schade, who doesn't score that many for Brentford, and he's scored twice against Palace now in his career. It's just not good enough. The defending, letting him, he was just unmarked, about 9 yards from goal. Not even a set piece. It was just awful defending. I've got to say, Guéhi, I was about to say Chalobah then. We need him badly, but obviously we're not going to have him. Guéhi, Lacroix and Richards, all not good enough. Even though Lacroix has been our signing of the season, today, not good enough for me. Munoz, not good enough, even though he did get the assist. I'll talk about our goal in a minute. Mitchell. Now, this is where I'm saying about Glasner being backed. Tyrick Mitchell has to play on his own at left-back for 3.5 seasons. He hasn't got it anymore. I'm not saying he's a bad player, right? But what I'm saying is that the fatigue must be settling in over time. I said this when I started my channel back in 2021. When Patrick Van Aanholt left, I said we need that backup. We're now 3.5 years on. We still haven't got it. This is why Mitchell is depleting. And he knows that no matter how he plays, he'll be in that starting 11. Today, he looked like he was playing at Brentford again, when he was a youngster. The only shining of light came from the player that I spoke about in the last video, in Romain Esse. It was a good finish, and it was his first touch as a Palace player, just like Edouard back in 2021. Unfortunately, it wasn't a goal to put us 2-0 up. It was just in the end, a consolation goal, if you like, a goal back. And he did celebrate it, and people have been criticising his celebration and whatever. You try being a 19-year-old who goes into the Premier League from the Championship, tries to impress, scores for your first touch. I'd be chuffed no matter what the score, so I don't know why people are going nuts about that. But anyway, going on to more important points, I said 8 days ago when we beat West Ham, I said it's a good result, but we need to back Glasner to be able to get the results against the more tougher teams. Because everyone's going to say, yeah, but you was on a great run before this game. Well, in that run, I expect us to come back from behind to beat Southampton. I expect us to beat Stockport in the FA Cup. I expect us to go to Leicester and win. They did beat Spurs, but Spurs aren't great either. I expect us to beat West Ham, who aren't having a great season themselves. I expect those results. They are expectations of a next level football club, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? But Brentford are quite an organised side. They're quite strong defensively. It's going to be harder to break them down. We played them like we were playing Leicester, and that's the best analysis I think I can give you of this game. But like I said 8 days ago when we beat West Ham, if we can back Glasner, this run will carry on to an extent, because there's a bit of faith within the team, and we're actually getting new bodies in, and Glasner will try and experiment with them, and it could go well, it could go wrong, but at least the manager's got an opportunity to experiment, which is why I get the ump when people complain about him subbing on Nketiah. What do you expect him to do? He is apparently a £30 million striker. We're going into February now, and he's not scored a Premier League goal for this club yet. And we signed him in August. He's not good enough. But what other option does Glasner have? I see why he didn't bring on Esse straight away. Because he's a 19-year-old, like I said, you don't want to put that pressure on him to come on 1-0 down at home to Brentford in a game where you want to carry on your momentum in form and whatnot. What can I say? It's just, what do you expect him to do when the boards give him nothing? Pretty much nothing. My question to the board is, how can you expect different results when you're doing the same methods in the January transfer window, for example? Like leaving it till the last minute. What, are we a week till deadline day? We still need a left wing back, a centre back, like to replace Chalobah. I don't think Richards is good enough to play consistently for the rest of the season. He'll have one good game in 3 or 4 games. I'm telling you now. I'm being brutally honest about these players now because I do not want another season of, oh, we had a cup run and finished 12th. I want to be ambitious. Why can't we? Bournemouth are, Forest are. Why can't we? 12 years of just mediocrity. And I understand that, like, you know, we had to save up at the start because we were recovering from administration and all that. But we've got money now, but we're saving up on a stand that's been in the pipeline for 8 years. And in that 8 years, Burnley, Southampton, Wolves, by next year, it'll be Nottingham Forest and Bournemouth, would have all played in Europe. Villa and Newcastle included in that as well. And we're just flatlining. Flatline 10th to 15th club. We're a boring club with exciting players. That's what we are at the moment. And I know people are going to call me ungrateful because it is like, what is it, 2 losses in 14 games or something like that. For a club of our stature, that's pretty good going. But the positive results we have been getting are ones that I expect. Pretty much. Apart from the 3-1 win at Brighton, which I weren't expecting, to be fair. The 2-2 draw at home to Man City. Then again, Man City were going for a rough patch. Maybe the 2-0 win at home to West Ham, away at West Ham, because we'd never keep a clean sheet there. That's it. Every other result, I expect something. So there you go. It's gone a bit off topic of the game itself today, but results like this just bring it all back. And it is what it is. Now, I think that will kill our momentum going into Manchester United away next Sunday. Before we then go into the Cup against Doncaster, which I think is a massive game in itself, because if we lose that, to me, season's over. What, are we now 4 points behind Brentford? 7 points, isn't it, behind Brighton, who are in 10th? Or Fulham, whoever it is. It's going to take a lot to get up there. And we did have a good run at the end of last season, but I don't think that's going to repeat itself if we don't get the signings in. We've got a threadbare squad. This is the best manager we've had in years. Why can't this club back him? Please. You backed Patrick Vieira when he first walked through the door. Why can't you back Glasner now? It's insane. It's bollocks. That's what it is. Anyway, it's turned into a bit of a rant, I know, but I'm fed up. Really fed up. Frustrating game that was. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next Sunday for the review against United.